I guess it's time to cause a little bit of havoc again. Hey, what's up? It's your boy Dynasty back again with another Mortal Kombat 1 MK Uno video. And I know you probably clicked on the video and you're like, yo, Dynasty, didn't you already leak the story mode expansion for Mortal Kombat 1 the day it came out? Yes, I did. I actually covered the entirety of the dialogue for the upcoming story expansion. Every piece of dialogue. It was like an hour-long video. Sentence after sentence after sentence I read like an audiobook. And since then, nothing really else has been leaked other than like the Combat Pack 2 DLC and the invasions, Titan battles, and everything else in between. But when it comes back to the story mode expansion, because that video was like an hour long, it was my live raw reaction, reading it for the first time, trying to piece together the entire story at that point in time was a little bit all over the place, especially if you didn't have an hour to spare to watch this homeless looking dude just read the source code files. So in today's video, I'll be giving you a general summary, not from me. I could not summarize this myself. Thankfully, the good folks over at the Mortal Kombat Leaks subreddit actually summarized a synopsis of the entire story, and then pretty much, it's still a lot to read, but most of everything that happens per act in this story mode expansion, I promise you this video won't be an hour long. So if you were holding out on ever watching me read every line, I don't blame you. It's a lot of time to actually sit down and read everything. So maybe this one will be easier to dissect. So in today's video, just doing a quick overview of the entire DLC expansion, summarizing it, courtesy of a few people on the Mortal Kombat Leaks subreddit who are telling the story better than I ever could, because trust me, live reading it for the first time I tried, and I could have done a lot better, honestly. It was all over the place, and I felt so bad because I haven't talked about it since. A lot of you guys are still commenting and asking questions about, what do you mean by this? What do you mean by that? So hopefully this will give you a better understanding of what's to come in the Mortal Kombat 1 story whenever this expansion drops. So if you're excited for that, please take a second and drop a like on the video. I want to say thank you for always coming back and choosing me to be your Mortal Kombat 1 insider. You guys are the best. Without you, I'm nothing. There's no machine behind me, just you guys, the community. So thank you for always being, you know, here and commenting and dropping likes, subscribing. You guys truly do give me the best gig on the planet. I love you. And with that said, Dynasty, what the hell is going on with the expansion? I got you covered. Now, this is like a quick overview of everything taking place in this expansion. Again, still no release date, but safe to say probably once Combat Pack 1 gets released, every character around summer next year, maybe this is probably dropping. So shout out to Tomato Sauce 587 for posting this, and again, doing a better summary than I could have ever summarized. If you do not want to see spoilers, click away. Do not watch or read this. Okay, you were warned. Titan Havik is trying to chaosify all the realms. This Havik originates from Chaos Realm and acts a lot like the Havik from the Mortal Kombat X comic series. Sub-Zero and his cyberized Lin Kuei bust Shao, Reiko, and Shang Tsung out of Outworld Prison and attack Kuai Liang's wedding with Harumi in an attempt to wipe out all of Earthrealm's champions in one foul swoop. They fail, and Bihan is captured. Melina wants to execute Bihan for freeing all the Outworld villains, but Titan Havik shows up and abducts Bihan and Garrus. Titan Havik plans to use Garrus as a way to infuse the Kamidogu and turns Bihan into Noob Saibot because Noob and him were pals in the previous timeline. Mic drop. Boom. That is essentially everything that I talked about for 45 minutes, line by line by line. If you want to see that, again, I'll have a card on the screen right now. It's worth checking out, but hopefully this summary is a lot better than having every piece of dialogue just hitting you in the face without seeing the actual action. So yeah, that is the story post Mortal Kombat 1 Armageddon ending. Titan Havik wants to chaosify all the realms. He wants to use Garrus as a way to infuse the Kamidogu. Noob Saibot is actually created courtesy of Titan Havik. And yeah, Sector is in there as well. So exciting stuff, right? Time for Dynasty to turn into an audiobook. All right, shout out to Rare Bits for doing the Elder Gods work here, because again, this is probably summarized better than I ever could. 21 days ago, not new, but shout out to Rare Bit for piecing this together. Says, reconstructed summary of the upcoming Mortal Kombat 1 story expansion based on the datamine dialogue. We've had data miners uncover partial dialogue for what looks like an upcoming story expansion for MK1. You can read the whole thing here. I've tried to make sense of the story and summarize it, but keep in mind that we only have snippets of dialogue, no description of action or fight scenes. It is not complete dialogue. We have whole characters and a lot of context missing. We don't know if this is the final script, and there might be some changes to come. So go get some popcorn, get a water, and again, click away if you don't want any more spoilers, because I'm about to read the leak. The first scene is the mid-credit stinger from the main campaign, a version of Havik, which is a Titan and a Timekeeper in his timeline, accompanied by his Chaos version of Kenshi, is seen at the steps of Shang Tsung's temple, admiring the carnage, promising an even greater one coming soon. Sub-Zero is talking with the Master Armorer of the Lin Kuei, also the son of the previous Armorer. Almost certainly, this is Sector, who has produced a powerful armor. Cyber Lin Kuei. Sub-Zero has gathered that Kuai Liang and Ishii Ryu will be attending Kuai's wedding at the Wuxi Academy in the Shaolin Temple as he intends to surprise attack them there. I think he means intense, not indents. Kenshi, Johnny Cage, and Raiden are attending Kuai Liang and Hirumi's wedding. Raiden seems to be facilitating the wedding. The wedding is attacked by Sub-Zero and the Lin Kuei, who are using some technology. Johnny compares them to mecha anime, so Cyber Lin Kuei initiative is taking place. The Shirai Ryu were betrayed by an unidentified female character. Signs point to it being Frost, other possibilities being a female version of Cyrax or Sector, as well as Serena. Again, kind of seems like it's going to be female Cyrax. We'll just have to wait and see. Hirumi, the Shaolin, and guest fight off the Lin Kuei. Bihan, the traitor, and possibly another Lin Kuei are captured. Kuai Liang wants to kill her, but Hirumi begs him to spare her, knowing she has been deceived by Bihan's lies. They ultimately decide to turn them into Liu Kang and Empress Melina. So again, who is this woman? We don't know. Melina wants to execute the prisoners for their crimes against Outworld. No, Bihan was revealed to have broken out Shao Kahn and Reiko out of prison in the dialogues. Liu Kang is trying to convince her to show mercy. They are attacked by Titan Havik with Chaos Warriors from his own timeline. He reveals he fought on Shang Tsung's side on his pyramid. After learning about other timelines existing, he wanted to have his timeline fight against every other timeline. This Havik is different from the Freedom Fighter and Liu Kang's timeline and only desires chaos. In the following battle, Tanya and Chameleon fend the attackers and the traitor helps them, but Havik and his Chaos Warriors manage to kidnap Garrus and Bihan. There is mention of special weapons which might indicate Lin Kuei's new technology. Some of these typos got me rereading this like 20 times, but you won't be seeing it because I'm editing out all the excerpts I'm taking. I'm telling you, these typos, they're killing me. I'm feeling like, someone that Devora's not a fan of in the previous timeline. Havik reveals to Bihan why he kidnapped Garrus. He intends to use his reality-shaping relics, the Kamidogu, and infuse them with Garrus' time crystals, allowing them to affect other timelines. Garrus is the only being who has lived through all previous timelines, so he has the building block of every timeline. Havik has a coliseum where combatants from various timelines are pitted against each other for his amusement, but he has other plans for Bihan. He intends to elevate him in chaos. Scorpion, together with a traitor and another person, another Lin Kuei, are sent to retrieve Garrus from Havik's timeline. The Empress and her entourage remain in Outworld to fend off Shao's rebellion. So, in the midst of this, Shao is trying to also rebel. In Outworld, Scorpion's just trying to retrieve Garrus from Havik. In Havik's timeline, we see a version of Johnny Cage called Jonathan Cage, who is an American soldier fighting the Nazis in France during World War II. He mentions that his major was called Blade, aka Sonya. He's captured by Chaos versions of Baraka and Ermac, who are trying to get him to spill information about the rebellion he's leading against Havik in this timeline. Scorpion and his companions come and help Johnny fend off the attackers. Also, there is a version of Rain. He and Tanya become emperors of Outworld in their timelines after they rose against and took down previous despotic emperors. I have never seen that word in my life. Is that a real word? Li Mei and Reiko. They used to have gladiator fights for pleasure, similar to Titan Havik. Both Jonathan's and Rain's timelines were merged with Havik's. They organized an attack on Havik's citadel, but it failed. Rain's wife Tanya was captured. They see Tanya at the arena at Havik's Coliseum. They intend to sneak and surprise attack, but Havik, using Chaos Kenshi's blade, notices them, catches them, and brings them out at the arena. Tanya and Rain are then made to fight against Ashra and possibly Nitara, and then Sindel and Shao, who are married. Yes, Sindel and Shao are married in this Havik timeline. Pretty crazy stuff. Meanwhile, World War II Johnny, Scorpion, and the Traitor escape into a tunnel, but it just leads to a maze. It has an ever-changing route and is full of death traps and lethal enemies. Rain and Tanya are made to fight against the former Emperors Li Mei and Reiko, who they deposed in their own timelines. They defeat them, but Havik rewinds the victory, says they'll do that until they finish them. Forced by Havik, they kill their enemies. I remember reading the dialogue that both Rain and Tanya did not want to kill anybody, but they kind of had to appease Havik here. Rain sacrifices himself to hold incoming enemies, allowing Tanya to escape. Rest in peace, Rain. You were a real one. World War II Johnny and Scorpion are traversing the maze. Scorpion seems glad to have taken the Traitor with them, indicating that she might have saved their life from danger. Tanya is having, and some else who has an armor, so possibly someone with the Lin Kuei tech suit, are bypassing obstacles, while Havik is surveying them. Broken English. Cyrax? Tanya comes across the dragon Orin, who is being held captive by Chaos Melina. She fights Chaos Melina and Katana in order to free the dragon. Tanya frees Orin and talks to her in dragon speech. Orin opens a door for her. Meanwhile, Kenshi is reading Tanya's thoughts, but does not understand the language she's using. Tanya and Orin meet with Scorpion, World War II Johnny, and the Traitor. Orin transports them to a place in Havik Citadel that Tanya points out. Orin has her powers drained by Havik, so they leave her, promising to come back for her later. Johnny also says that he feels dizzy. Tanya reveals she spent months posing as one of Havik's minions, gathering intelligence for the Resistance. She takes the group to Havik's foundry. There are narrow pathways where you can fall to your death, and narrowly someone saves Scorpion from falling down. The group is stopped by a Liu Kang who belongs to some brotherhood which aims to spread anarchy. He is defeated. Afterwards, Bihan appears, twisted by Havik's magic and wearing black clothes. Dun dun dun, he's probably Noob Saibot now. Bihan is subdued, but they spare his life. He refuses to cooperate with him. I guess everybody in attendance there. Inside the foundry, they find the Kamidogu draining Garrus' time crystals. They gather their relics and together with Bihan and Garrus, go back to their own timeline, aka the OG Mortal Kombat 1 Liu Kang era timeline. An enraged Havik gathers minions to go after them in Liu's timeline. Liu Kang sends Scorpion and others to transport the Kamidogu to the Temple of Elements, where they will be out of Havik's reach. Liu Kang does his best to mend Bihan's mind, telling him that it's not shameful that he wasn't able to withstand the influence of a Titan. Questioning him, he gathers that Havik is familiar with Liu Kang's defenses and has some means to spread chaos to the realms. Liu Kang's timeline is attacked by Havik and his minions, dun dun dun. While quarreling, Bihan and Kuai Liang are attacked by Chaos Scorpion and Chaos Sub-Zero. Apparently, Bihan kills both of them, much to Kuai Liang and Liu Kang's dismay, since they could be able to question them. Liu Kang and his champions depart for Ying Valley. Havik and Chaos Kenshi and his son, Chaos Takeda. Whoa! Dad and son, both Chaos, I forgot about that, meet with Liu Kang's forces. There seems to be a fight. Johnny remarks that they are fighting math. Havik remarks that, like always, it comes down to a fight between Titans, and he always wins. This broken English is killing me, guys. Bihan's ego, again, get the better of him, and he disobeys Liu Kang again. Noob Saibot, good Noob Saibot, I suppose. Havik is defeated by Bihan, and Liu Kang has to stop Bihan from killing him, because destroying Havik could wipe his whole timeline out of existence, killing many innocent people. For their effort in saving the timeline, Bihan and the Traitor are spared from Melina's punishment. The Lin Kuei are warned against transgressing any further. One of the unidentified Lin Kuei is made the new Lin Kuei Grand Master. Bihan is left to reside at the Temple of the Elements while Liu Kang studies Havik's magic. And lastly, Scorpion forgives the Traitor after she saved his life and realized he unfairly judged her, after she was just believing Bihan's lies as he had before so many years. He gives her an invitation to his wedding. I didn't even realize that was the ending. And just like that, your boy shared with you some easier to tolerate summaries about the Mortal Kombat 1 story expansion, which again, no release date, but safe to say probably sometime around the summer next year. I know it's so far away, but in the meantime, if you could, take a second, please drop a like on the video. Shout out to both Reddit users for piecing that together because, dude, much easier to read that than 45 minutes of dialogue. Yeah, I'm excited for it. I like how Bihan gets his redemption, but he's still kind of, you know, a pain in the ass. Noob Saibot makes an appearance in some capacity. We'll see how that unfolds. But there you go, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. I love you. Thank you for watching. Again, if you want to see the full dialogue and quotes in its entirety, I'll have my video on a card right now. Go watch it. If not, this should pretty much give you the gist of everything to expect with this Mortal Kombat 1 story expansion whenever it drops. Till next time, though, I've been your host, Ben Dynasty. You guys, please take care, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next MK Uno video.
Living on it crack, but I'm not superstitious.